man, I'm going to say this. September 6th, 2023. Why? One of the main reasons I am advising my black American people that we need to come together, pull our vote together, make our own political party if need be, or make some kind of let's have some kind of a settlement, a reasonable settlement with white Americans who don't want us around other than either if we're as slaves for hundreds of years to be brutalized while they're talking about a fucking moral crisis and obligation to migrants when they brutalize our people here in this country. I don't know what the fuck was going on in them other countries. I know black Americans didn't do it. Far as I know, if white Americans was involved with that in the government, that would be them involved with that foreign government. And the people who brutalized those people in all of those countries were their own people, not our black people. And what do we get out of trying to go along with we're all alike? It's all been a lie. I'm still researching shit. It's all been a lie. Every president since 12 presidents since George Washington owned slaves, starting with George Washington. So when they made the Constitution, Bill of Rights, it was never for us black people, never. It was codified for us to be slaves and that we were less than human, but that was the gaslighting. This country was built on lies and gaslighting and free labor, and they don't want any kind of balancing of the scales. It's only by word only. There were promises made. Every promise the white man has made, they've broken, whether it was to the Indians, whether it was to blacks after slavery. So my thing is this. Now, we've gone along trying very hard to be Americans, to go along. If a black person asks for water, they were lynched. I've looked this shit up. Black women were lynched for trying to exercise their right to vote. And you talk about a fucking humanitarian crisis. All this shit happened after slavery was over. So guess what, my black people? If the white people want to continue to paint our kids as super predators while meantime inviting in the very destruction that they claim to be standing against. We're standing against communism, you know how? By inviting in people from communist nations. We're standing against socialism, you know how? By inviting people from socialist nations. We're standing against terrorism, you know how? By inviting people from terrorist nations. And we're standing against white supremacy and racism, you know how? By inviting people from countries where they used to have slaves, were racist. Every one of them countries, you know what they have in common? All of them, whether they're in South America, Africa, Eastern Europe, Asia, or wherever the fuck, they were all very comfortable with owning slaves and racism. All very comfortable with it and with keeping black people uneducated and brutalized. But guess what? You know who you owe, Americans, while y'all give millions away and billions and trillions away across the globe to every blind, crippled, crazy foreigner who come with their oral history stories, no ID, no immunization and shit, and y'all let them in? Y'all actually have that obligation of actual brutality against my black people here in this country, and we will be going to court for it. If y'all don't want to work with, you don't want to do reparations. So let me see if I got this right. You dragged our people over here in chains, your ancestors, as slaves. Brutalized them every way possible, victimized them, murdered them, refused to educate them. Even considered sending the free slaves back to Africa to deport them when they were, because they didn't want the people who were still enslaved to be around free slaves and know that slavery was wrong, even though y'all figured it out who knows how long ago, and stopped enslaving each other. And so then put in policy after policy to keep us slaves. There was a war with the whites who actually realized slavery was wrong. Thank God for them. They stood up, even though there were economic considerations. They didn't want the South to succeed because of all the economic benefit coming from all that free slave labor, 250 years of free slave labor. Every 12 presidents from the beginning owned slaves, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, on and on. They still try to pretend Sally Hemings' kids is not Thomas Jefferson's kids. Well, who was fucking her then while she was enslaved with Thomas Jefferson? Who? Huh? Her slave master. And so y'all did all of this and now held my people back and back. Guess what? Clearly, you don't want us to be equal with that. We're all the same bullshit. And the whitewash history you taught me, that most of this shit I learned online was never taught in school. So guess what? Then fine. Y'all want to keep pretending we're predators when y'all actually did the most of the brutality here in this country against our people for hundreds of years, kept us from learning. Was anybody else kept from learning or brutalized like that in this country? No. Except the Indians, but the Indians got a settlement. We need one too. And it should be fair. I'm not trying to subvert America. I love America, but y'all don't love us. I give up. Y'all love America, but you don't love us. You don't want no educated black people. You want stupid black people. You know what I'm saying? That could be modern day. So that's why Biden said that shit about you're not black if you don't vote for me. What he meant was you're not a black descendant of those slaves who we owe reparations to, but we ain't giving them to. We'll brainwash you and gaslight you from the beginning of this country when we drag you people in chains. We really don't care what happens to you. That's why we don't give y'all a hate crime bill, because we're the ones who do the hate crimes against you. We don't want to give you a protection bill against us. And reparations, yeah, well, we promise a lot of things, but we don't necessarily follow through because we go around conquesting and conquering people. But now if they fight back, then that's terrible. We don't want to fight back because we know y'all want to kill us anyway. No. We just want to go in peace away from y'all white folks. I think we should, black people, and let them deal with all of the subversiveness they invited in this country. They invited in terrorists. They invited in socialists. They invited in communists and Chinese and terrorists who are currently ripping this country apart with the Jew versus Palestine shit. Yo, we fought a battle to save the war in World War I, World War II. Nah, black people, we ain't getting involved in this. The white people want to be involved and go rescue Israel. Let them all go do it. They want to deal with the migrants. Let them deal with the migrant crime. And the migrants live in their communities with them. We black people, we have our own community where we keep ourselves and our children safe from all these racist motherfuckers they're inviting in with the diverse and inclusive racism going all the way back to the beginning of this fucking country when everybody was created equal except us black people. Miss me with the bullshit, no problem. But if not, we'll form our own political party because I'm not going to keep supporting political parties that don't support racism and don't support hate crimes to protect black people and don't support anything concerning black people, not our communities, not our schools. You sabotage us every step of the way, along with the house slaves, the niggas, the rich niggas, the house slaves who all of a sudden don't complain about anything racist or nothing like the Chicago brutality, nothing about all the brutality, and nobody talks about reparations when they get to the top. They all talk about it when they're on their way up. After that, no, we've got ours already, right, rich folks? Miss me with the bullshit. I'll advocate for my people in court. That's what I'll do. I want to see y'all try and kill me when I said I love my country. I'm not trying to subvert it. I don't want to tear it apart. Just give us some area like y'all gave the Indians where we're not landlocked with a beach, and let us go on about a fucking business away from y'all white folks. And then y'all can deal with all the people you invite in and don't have to worry about black people and think we're plotting against you, because we'll have our portion and we'll say thank you, even though it's still not going to be a fair accounting, but we'll take what we can get. Thank you. God bless America. I love our country. Y'all don't. Y'all hate us. Bye.